Hey, good evening. I guess it's, yeah, late evening. So it is Wednesday's edition of my journey through fear, anxiety, and panic attacks. And this is kind of later than I would normally do it, but that's okay. I'm gonna be a little bit more brief tonight. Although I have said that before and ended up still going 20 minutes or something like that. Hey, Cindy, nice to see you. And I'm so grateful for you sharing the videos. Really, really grateful for that. Thank you so much. They're really touching people, and that just blesses me so much because, fear, anxiety, panic attacks, I dealt with that for 25 years. Started when I was 11 until I was in my later 30s, but now I've been free for almost 20, for a little bit over 20. And, I'm doing these to encourage people. This is week number 12, I believe, 11 or 12 that I've been doing this. So I think I started in late May. And it's so cool because I get so many people coming up to me in different places that I'm at. A class reunion, somebody came out to me like in the grocery store, just different places. My cousin was just walking by here tonight, just went out and said hi, and she's like, oh, were you inside doing your video? I listen or I watch those, almost every time. So it's such a blessing. I'm just passionate to see people break free because it's an awful way to live. So anyway, you can go back and you can watch the videos, and this is getting old, I know, because I've been saying it probably the last 5 times, but when I am on here on Friday, when I do my Friday video, I am going to be able to tell you YouTube channel is done. There's just a couple more videos that I have to upload to it, and there's a few little glitches yet that I have to ask my son about for him to kind of fix, but it's going to be done. All the videos are going to be on the YouTube channel. So you can share them. You can let people know, there's people who don't have Facebook, so if they don't have Facebook, they don't have a means to watch these at all. So that's going to be a cool thing. But it just, again, it just blesses me that I'm able to do this, that God, took me to a place of overcoming, and now I'm able to give others hope that they can overcome too. So anyway, I know, I usually say, and I'm really serious about this, God kind of told me this is what you need to do. I want you on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And I want you to share, I want you to share encouragement. I want you to share with people. But I seriously, I don't have a format. I don't have this like, okay, I'm going to do it for 11 or 12 weeks. And week number 1, I'm going to talk about this, this, and this. And then week number 2, this, this, and this. Hey, Julia, how are you? Nice to see you on here too, my beautiful daughter-in-law. Anyway, I've had nothing like that. And a lot of times, I don't know up until the last hour of, what am I going to talk about tonight? So today it was kind of cool. I was on the road today for my work, and a song came on. And I'm listening to the lyrics of this song. I think I've heard it a couple times before. And I'm like, this is what I'm going to talk about tonight. Kind of the lyrics of this song. And it's a Christian song, and it's by a group called Unspoken. And the song is called Miracle. And I thought it was just really cool. Hey, Ellen, how are you? Good to see you on here too. We miss you guys. We haven't seen you in a while. Tell your family I said hi. Anyways, the words to it were just so cool because, I think sometimes we look at a miracle as something that happens instantly, like we hear about something, or we, this happened or that happened and that person got rescued or that person. And a lot of times it seems like it's instant, like, wow, so miracles are this instant thing. And I've said it, I think, before, but after living with fear and anxiety, panic attacks, depression, all those things for 25 years, it didn't, overcoming it didn't happen overnight, and next week, I'm going to share that with you. But to me, it was no less a miracle. It was no less a miracle. It was a period of time. It was a significant period of time. Not a year, but I'm like, it's still miraculous that I am free from that. To me, even though it didn't happen instantly, I go, wow, that was a miracle. So you don't have to look for it like, I'm gonna pray about this one night and the next night it's gonna be done. It doesn't always happen that way. In fact, a lot of times it doesn't happen that way. But again, I still go, this is a miracle. This is miraculous. And I think a lot of you, if you're listening, people that are going to listen later or whatever, if you're struggling with this, fear, anxiety, panic attacks, depression, if you've been struggling with it for a length of time, and if you think about it, if you go, wow, what if in the next 6 months I broke free, you would go, wow, that's a miracle. That would be a miracle. So anyway, so this song is called Miracle. And I just want to share with you some of the lyrics because I thought they were really awesome and to give you hope. And you can listen to this. You can look it up on YouTube or whatever by Unspoken, and it's called Miracle. So it says, have you stopped reaching, no longer seeking greater things? Have you forgotten that you have a Father that is listening? He tells the sun when to rise. He gives the wind its breath, and he swings the door wide open and moves in the moment that you least expect. So that's really cool too, because even when I was, going through the time where I was implementing what I used for breakthrough, right? It was like, I can't pinpoint like it happened on this particular day, but it's like when you least expect it, right? Like all of a sudden, like I'm free, wow, I guess it was kind of a little bit of a gradual process, but then it was like, I remember just going, I am free, like I've broke free from this, right? And so that's a miracle. And then this is the part that I really loved. It's like, it says, don't you give up on a miracle. So I might be talking to somebody who wants to give up tonight. Might be talking to somebody who's like, I've had it, I've prayed, I've done this, I've been on medication for how long, and now I have to take more, or I've got these side effects and I just can't stand it anymore. I'm done, man. I feel like giving up. Don't you give up on a miracle. You've got to speak to the impossible. And you can go back and watch videos on that. I've done several videos on saying you've got to speak to it, right? You've got to speak to the impossible. Speak to the impossible situations. Talk to it. You know that you've had much negative talk. You know that you've talked about your situation negatively, maybe saying, I don't think I'll ever break free. I think this is just the way I have to live. And what happens as a result, you're still living like that. You haven't broke free. So you got to speak to the impossible, right? So you got to speak that positive talk. You say, no, I don't care what it looks like right now. I am going to break free. I do see myself living free from fear and anxiety and panic attacks. I don't care what it looks like. I don't care if I wake up tomorrow with it. I'm going to keep speaking that way. Speak to the impossible situations. Speak to the mountains in your life, and you'll see them move. And it takes faith to do that. Go back, because I did one on faith just a few days ago. It's the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. You've got to see it in your mind's eye you've got to believe it before you see it. Yeah, you've got to believe it and see yourself living free. Okay, so speak. Hey Rita, how are you? Good to see you on here too. And I think I saw Larry on here as well. So yeah, Cindy, speak to the impossible. Speak to it with authority, We can take authority over those situations. And I've said it before, don't feel stupid. If you're home by yourself, my goodness, start speaking it out. I am free. I am set free. I am not destined to live like this. God does not want me to live in fear and anxiety and panic attacks. This is not my lot in life. I do not have to put up with living like this. I am free. I am a new creature. I have everything within me that I need to break free from this. You've got to speak to it. And then it says you've got to pray till you break through. You've got to pray till you break through. Till you break through the ceiling and keep on believing. Break through that ceiling of fear. Break through that ceiling of anxiety. And don't you give up, it says. And don't you give up on a miracle. I believe I heard that song for a reason today. Totally heard that song for a reason. Because it's like I'm driving, even going, what do I talk about today? What am I going to do my video on today? And shortly after that, this song comes on. And it's like perfect. I'm like, Lord, thank you. Thank you for bringing that into my midst, And then it says too, how many chances, how many answers pass us by, right? So you think about that too. And you think about, how do I say this so it's not like I'm tooting my own horn or anything, because none of what I say comes from me. I've said that a million times. It's wisdom from God. It's only by the grace of God that I'm here doing these videos Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, right? But maybe you've been praying. Maybe you've been praying and going, Lord, I need something. And all of a sudden you click this on one of these days and it's like, wow, who is this? And what is she talking about? Oh my gosh, I've been going through this, So these videos can be an answer to prayer. They could be answers to maybe other people's prayers, and maybe they're just scrolling right past them, because it says here too, how many chances and how many answers sometimes pass us by. So if you're watching these and you're, just think about that. Have I been praying about it? Have I been asking God, I need something. And then maybe somebody shared this and you're watching it, because somebody shared this video and you're like, I don't even know who this girl is, but holy cow, did I need to hear this? So, it can be an answer to prayer. A lot of times our answers to prayers aren't they don't look like what we maybe think they're going to be. God can move in ways that we never even thought of or never even dreamed of, right? So how many of people, like it says, maybe have passed these by. Maybe it's like, looking at the video, oh, she's talking about fear and anxiety. Yeah, I deal with that, but yeah, I don't know, So if you're listening to them and you've been kind of prompted to listen and to watch them, I pray that it's been part of an answer for you. I pray that it's been encouraging for you. I pray that it's been blessing you and giving you hope. That's probably the biggest thing that I want to convey is hope. Because when you give up hope, man, that the Bible says hope deferred makes the heart sick, right? When we feel hopeless, it's I've been there. I've been there. So that is probably the number one thing I want to convey is do not give up hope. Don't give up hope. So anyways, I'm going to leave you really quick with that again. Here's the words to this song. Don't you give up on a miracle. Think about it. This is a Christian band, right? So they get their inspiration from God. So you can think of it's like God speaking to you. And I'm saying it, but think about it. Think about God, the God that loves you, the God that wants you free more than you do. Think about that. He's so bothered when his children are living with fear and anxiety, with depression, with any form of that. That is not what he wants. So think about that. Think about like God Almighty, the one who created you. The one who created you to live a life of freedom, not a life of fear. Think of him saying these words to you. Don't give up on a miracle. You've got to speak to the impossible. You've got to pray till you break through. In other words, don't give up. And it breaks the ceiling, and keep on believing. Don't you give up. Don't you give up on a miracle. Right? So again, that was the song is Miracle. The group is Unspoken. And that's what I heard today. And that's what I felt God was like. This is what you need to share. This is what some people need. So you can look up that song, listen to it, believe it. Believe that it's God Almighty speaking that to you. Because you know what? That is exactly what he would say. Exactly what he would say. So anyways, that's what I'm going to leave you guys with tonight. I pray for you. I pray for the people who are on here. I don't see them all. I don't, yeah. Friday I'm going to be on. I'm going to give you the link to the YouTube channel. No kidding. I really, really am. Thank you again for those of you who have liked and shared these videos, because I'll tell you, they have blessed people. You know, people have let me know that, like, somebody shared this video and I saw it and I've watched it, and that's just a blessing. And you're spreading the word. You're spreading the word, because so many people need this. So many people need to break free from this awful way of living. So anyway, hey Lindsay and Amber, how are you guys doing tonight? It was good to see you last week, Amber. So that's what I got tonight. You'll have to go back and watch again if you want to see the whole thing. So thank you for being on here, and I'll be back on Friday.